Welcome back to the Baltic eSports League Pro Season 1. I'm still Dark Danger, and still with me is a Cookie, and we have the second matchup of the day. We got NACL versus Iron Wolves.
Yeah, Iron Wolves, a really strong team. They have, like, as most of the players are Master Tier challengers in the West server, that is a really high elo, and a lot of them have the experience on. They have the experience how to play in teams, how to win games, and so on. They have won a lot of LAN tournaments, the Baltic ones at least. There was a kickoff season in the King of the Baltics, like not the tournament, but there was a season, and they won that. So they can call themselves, for now at least, Kings of the Baltics. Now, NACL, they are one of the, they're at the top of the Lithuanian teams also. I'd say they're like a top 4 team. We have Iron Wolves. We used to have also, we used to have Gameplay DNA. And then I would say Public Enemy, and then NACL. Public Enemy had, Gameplay DNA, they didn't have a roster ready for the season, so they did not participate. But here we have Iron Wolves, and right now they are the top team, at least in Lithuania. They won the last tournament against Gameplay DNA, placed first, and now I just want to see what they will be able to do in BSL.
So let's go over the players. And for NACL, we get Hahohi, Just Arrow, Cement, Truffer, and Quatros.
Yeah, in Iron Wolves we have Chosen One, Warden, Knoki, Xaviels, and Yashiro.
And well, as we are familiar with the teams and the players now, we'll go into the Champion Select in a moment. And yeah, we are already in the Champion Select. First game is going to be NACL on the blue side and Iron Wolves on the red side.
Yeah, now Iron Wolves did have Saulius and Optimus in their lineup, but they did go to the Russian league. So they have Knoki and Yashiro filling in for those 2 players. I really want to see if they will be able to fill in the shoes that Optimus and Saulius left. Saulius does have a lot of experience, so I want to see what the new guys on the team can do. Now, Vladimir and Sion banned, so yeah, we saw Sion in the last game being really annoying, really strong right now. One of the top laner in the league right now. And the Rise band, he has gained popularity since the new patch. And yeah, what do you feel like should NACL first pick?
Well, since they're focusing on the mid lane so much, maybe they'll pick some strong mid laner like Azir. Maybe if they want an accelerated game, they'll go for Galio. Or, well, I don't know, Ornn is open, Sion's banned, so there's always an option to do that. But yeah, we got junglers open. No junglers targeted, maybe except for Camille. So let's see, last second for the pick, and that's the Zac, Zac was prioritized in the other series a couple of days ago, but we haven't seen Zac today yet.
Yeah, today Zac has not been picked up, even though he was open. Both of the teams did not opt into going for that. Maybe they haven't had too much playing time with Zac. They don't really know what he can do. And as much we know, Mata and the Mongols both don't really like those tank junglers. They want to be the ones that try to carry the team.
Yeah, but well, you can carry the team in many different ways. And well, we got Israel for Yashiro. So up against the Zac, we got a pretty safe bot lane with Israel and Alistar.
Already having that all-in potential. Maybe they want to just try
or all-out potential.
Or all-out potential, yeah. Alistar has an easy time peeling for Ezreal, and Ezreal has an easy time peeling for himself. Doesn't need too much help. Now, NACL, they will go for the Caitlyn.
Well, it seems like that they are slowly building a siege comp. Azir would be great here. Maybe they want to go nutty and go for the Karthus. Karthus is actually a pretty trendy lately. A lot of people trying to pick up the Karthus, good into some team comps, and it seems like that the Amumu is going to be BBB placeholder.
Yeah, and as we can see, Iron Wolves actually now hovering the Karthus, so it might be that they will go for it, but no. They might go for the Zoe. Now, is Zoe a strong pick now? She got nerfed recently, right? Oh no, it's a Corki. It's the Lithuanian Corki that we saw already Domus play. And he was pretty nasty on that pick. He did a lot for his team, so I want to see what Knocky will be able to do. And they did ban out Oriana, a bad matchup for Corki. Now...
Oh, and we got the news that Amumu is Braum, so we get Caitlyn and Braum bot lane.
Yeah, Braum is good in those melee matchups, especially against the Alistar, so they just want to put the pressure on bot lane, try to get as much of a lead as they can, try to punish the Ezreal and the Alistar.
And Braum's actually a pretty big tell that they don't that they want to sway away Iron Wolves from Ornn, since Braum is a pretty big counter to Ornn.
Yeah, and now Yashiro picking up. Well, Yashiro will go for D. He will go for D.
Well, 5 more seconds. We already got Ezreal for Yashiro. We still get jungle and top lane. And ooh, that's a Cho'Gath. We haven't seen Cho'Gath in a long time. It used to be really popular, seen in almost every game, but now Sion, Ornn, and Gnar have dominated top lane for the last couple of patches. Will they pick the Gnar into it, or do they have something else up in the sleeves?
They might go for the Ornn actually. They could go for the Ornn, and yeah, they do go. How do you feel about the Ornn Cho'Gath matchup on the top lane?
Well, it's going to be a scaling matchup. There shouldn't be any kills. Cho'Gath's going to be better in the split push when it comes to later game, because he scales way better than Ornn. But at the same time, Ornn has the early game. He can bully out the Cho'Gath if he dodges the Whirlpool spikes. And for NACL, the comp is rounded by Azir, so pretty solid comp from them. They can do pretty much whatever they like with it. Team fight, siege, not so much split push though.
Yeah, really, I do actually like NACL's team comp. They have the they do have the siege, and if everything goes right, Caitlyn will be able to bully out the Ezreal and try to roam and get the early objectives as fast as they can.
So skill matchups all around. We got Nidalee locked in, and well, yeah, we got Nidalee, Ezreal, and Corki.
Nidalee is Warden is a really aggressive jungler. He does. This is what I wanted to see from Matt. Actually, I wanted to see the Nidalee, and Warden now picking up the Nidalee will try to force as much as he could, try to put as much pressure on the enemy jungler and on the enemy lanes with the Nidalee. We saw great success on Nidalee from other players, really snowballing the game, having those kills, getting everything that they wanted to. Now, I do think that they will have the advantage. Now that I do think that the Nidalee is a good pick for them. They now will be able to will be able to pressure the lanes really easily. The Caitlyn Braum will most likely want to push in the waves as much as they can, so Nidalee most likely will try to go bot side, trying to get that in place and try to kill and pressure bot so that Ezreal could get that 2-item power spike, and then from there they could just start clumping up and trying to force fights.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Nidalee, I don't know about Nidalee-Zach matchup because we haven't seen quite a lot. Nidalee should be able to steal some camps from the Zach as she has a little bit faster clear. She can roam around the map a lot faster, so I think that, yeah, Nidalee is going to be the name of the game, and we'll see how Warden is able to jump around the map.
Yeah.
And well, in a couple, yeah, players are setting up, loading in the game slowly, and in a couple of minutes we'll be in the game. So till then, a small pause.
You spray. You're stuck. You're gold. Smell fresh all day with new Axe Gold Body Spray.
And welcome back. We are in the game between NACL and Iron Wolves. It's going to be one of two games today between them. And well, what do you think about it?
Well, I'm going to give this one to Iron Wolves. NACL haven't really shown me anything yet. I don't really know how they play. So I think going with Iron Wolves is the safe bet right now. But I know maybe NACL will come out. Maybe Cement or Quatches will carry their teams. So as we can see, the game is ready. So let's go.
Well, I can say that I like the team comp better from NACL. That's for sure. But it seems like the Iron Wolves picked like highly mechanical champions on purpose to just test out their limits, and we get a 5-man invade from both teams on the opposite side of the map. So that's going to be interesting, getting some vision down. Well, they have no clue, they are ready for everything, but they can find nothing.
Yeah, this is the first invade that we have seen this season, and no team has been brave enough. Usually they were just safely standing, covering all the pass. Hochi showing his dance moves right now. And who looks like NACL will just back off. But Iron Wolves might stay and try to catch out the Cement and True Fire.
And well, now Iron Wolves put down a ward, so they will know approximately where NACL starts, which is going to be the first camp. And well, Nidalee will start with the blue buff, so leash from their bottom lane, but nothing major will happen from that. That's Ezreal and Alsta. They're just looking to chill in the lane, do nothing much. And well, Zach starts with the wolves, so will he leave the one wolf alive? Or is this a mechanic from previous seasons?
Well, he takes all of the camps, and Nidalee is going for a quick invade, already going for the red buff. So, as we can see, Warden just playing aggressive from the start.
Yeah, and well, will Zach be aware that he tried to take a Gromp and blue buff together, resetted the aggro a little bit too fast, so he'll just do just fine with the red, blue buff. But is he aware that the red buff's gone from him, and will he find Nidalee? They're both going for the same red buff. They're going to meet level 2 versus level 2, but Nidalee does have the double buffs, and she hits the spear, jumping on the Zac, and the passive is going to be pop. So nothing much that Azir can do, and it seems like it's going to be the first blood. And the teleport comes in, so Hochi gets the teleport. Zac flashes away. Spear almost hits, and a lot of summoners burned out for NACL.
Yeah, Nidalee is still hunting, trying to find the kill, but Zac just backs off safely. Now this gives Nidalee a lot, because she can just take the Gromp, take the Scuttle Crab, and take her topside jungle and negate Zac from all of the jungle, and Zac will be so much behind.
And maybe even look for dive, because Ornn is really low. Nidalee still has flash to drop the aggro if needed. Will they be able to go for that? Well, and on the bot lane we didn't even see there's the first blood for Alistar. Caitlyn getting caught there. Alistar burning both suns, Ezreal flashing. And well, looking for the dive on top side. Seems like it's not going to occur right now, as the minions are in a perfect position for Hochi.
Yeah, already from the start, Iron Wolves going on the aggressive, Nidalee getting that small win over Zac, getting that, popping the passive, and also using the TP, the Zac's flash, and the Azir's heal. And now in the bottom you can see that the NACL do lose the 2v2, and right now it just looks so good for Iron Wolves.
And already with the tier, with the extra pots versus the Caitlyn Skull, that's not what Caitlyn wants to return to the lane after the first back. So it's already a big win for Iron Wolves. And on mid lane, not too much. Everyone's just farming. Corky's losing a little bit in trades, but that's how it should be in the early game versus the Azir.
Who would you give the edge on the mid lane? Like who has the better mid game?
The mid game would be, I would give the mid lane to the Corky because he has the Trintifos, and Trintifos is like the epitome of mid game. But Azir has much better ultra late game, but he's not too far in the mid game either. And we see a teleport on the top side from Cho'Gath will start stacking soon.
Yeah, Cho'Gath can easily now push in the wave and then negate some minions from Ornn, because Ornn had to pop his flash earlier. And now Nidalee on the bot side, so we might see a gank.
And as the first Drake of the game is the Inferno Drake, and Ornn will have
Alistar does go in right now, pops the stun onto Caitlyn, and now they're just slowly whittling them down. Caitlyn does dodge the spear, but it does not do too much. Yashiro can just easily pick up the kill, and that's already 2 deaths on Caitlyn.
And on top side, Cho'Gath getting caught. They're trying to fight back. Cho'Gath's level 6. And well, looking to 1v2, he will be able to run away, and well, that's a big win. And on top of that, Iron Wolves will get the first Drake, which is Inferno. So everything's going the Iron Wolves' way.
Yeah, really just showing their mechanics, outplaying the enemy right now, getting all they want, getting the objectives, and it just seems that the game slowly, already from the 6th minute, the game is slowly slipping out of NACL's hands.
Already 1k lead at 6 minutes, that is pretty massive. Most of the goals going to the Ezreal. Well, what do you think? What does Zac? What is the Zac's win condition? This one.
Zac, I think if he can stay safe, keep ganking the lanes, because he has a pretty easy time ganking the lanes. Because of his slingshot, he can gank lanes from a really far away. Now Ornn actually coming to mid. He has ult, so they might go for Corky, but no, Ornn does back off, and Nidalee wanted to try something in the jungle, but did not go for it. Now she will contest the red buff.
Well, Zac has a pretty rough early game. Started only with 1 buff, getting almost killed. The passive was popped, and now Nidalee's just on his nerves all the time. Nidalee has the vision of Zac. Zac's just getting lower and lower, but Nidalee just decides to go to the bot side, onto the Braum. Braum flashes away, the spear's not going to cook. Caitlyn pushes forward, will not connect the stun, and well, a lot of pressure from Iron Wolves. Do not their opponents to breathe even for a moment.
Yeah, just putting on the pressure, trying to put on the tempo, not allowing NACL to get any leads, and trying to Nidalee is just trying to shut down the Zac and not allow him to put any pressure on the map.
And Caitlyn in trouble again, running to bot side, getting ignited. Will Ezreal get here? Just 1 Q onto the Caitlyn. It's going to be enough. Caitlyn dies. And on the...
In mid lane we also have Nidalee did want to go for the Zac, but as he roamed and killed Nidalee. Now Corky is trying to finish off Zac, but the TP comes in to save him, and yeah, nothing. NACL now doing some plays for themselves. Alistar is roaming, but does not keep going to kill the Azir.
And the bot lane, which seemed to be the most even matchup of all of them, is completely dominating for Iron Wolves. Yashiro and Xavier is just taking over the game.
Yeah, just showing their dominance in the lane, going for those all-ins. It's really easy for Alistar and Ezreal to follow up on each other's plays. it's really going to. But as we know, NACL want to scale a little bit. They do have the Azir and the Caitlyn, and they just want to scale a bit, get to the late game, and then try and do something from there. But we have a roam in the mid lane. Alistar is coming, but Azir just dashes out. So Azir playing pretty safe right now, not doing too aggressive. The top laners are just fighting each other, trading with each other, not too much, just not too much action there. And it does seem that Iron Wolves have taken full control of the bot side jungle, so we will see what they will be able to do with that.
And as the Corki is backing, Azir gets the blue buff and might be able to push in the lane and maybe look for a roam or two.
Yeah, in this lane, Ezreal does have a nice range with his Q, so he can easily 1v2 farm the wave, and that just allows Alistar to roam and put pressure on the mid lane and keep Azir under his turret.
And well, let's see, bot lane's pushing in, top lane, Ornn's going aggressive onto the Cho'Gath, but he will not have the damage to actually impact the lane that much. He just has to poke little bit by little. And well, it seems like Cho'Gath will be forced back pretty soon.
Cho'Gath now is actually pretty ahead, and the Nidalee also stealing away Zack's camps has...
And seems like Nidalee going top. Ornn's a little bit too deep. He's going to jump away, dodges the knockup. Spear almost lands, Ornn flashes away, and well, will be safe.
Yeah, Ornn playing that nicely, not getting hit by any CC. And that just allows him to escape with no problem. Still has the ult up.
And it looks like both teams know what they're doing, but NACL is a little bit too slow on their plays. And well, there's a ward on the bot side. They see that Zack is there. Ezreal now start playing really safe there. But they do have the ward in case they want to TP. And on top side, they're diving the Ornn. Ornn will fall, and Cho'Gath barely survives. Ornn does not connect.
And on the bot lane we have a lot of action now. Corki did roam from mid to punish the Zack, and now Caitlyn does try to finish off Alistar, but Alistar survives with a sliver of health, and Corki's, and now all of them are backing off because...
Azir's coming in, and he's going to get knocked up, flashes away to safety, and well, no one's falling yet, everyone's super low. Ezreal gets the first kill. Corki's ult is not connecting. Ezreal flashes arcane chips, and it's going to fall to the Azir.
A lot of... And Azir does go in, ults the Corki, and Corki will fall, but does take Azir with him. Just so much action on the bot lane now.
And while all that is happening, top lane turret is going to fall. Nidalee cashes in the full first blood turret bonus, so she's going to be pretty strong right now. Let's see what her first item is going to be. Well, she finishes the jungle item, and well, that's going to be it. But now the next objective, they already snowballed top to insanity. Now they have to pick up the bottom lane. Next Drake is up, it's Cloud Drake, but neither of the teams are going to prioritize that.
And they might just pick it up if they have nothing else to do on the map. Iron Wolves have had full control of the bot side, so NACL were wary of going there. Now that Nidalee went top, they were able to clear out that vision that they had in the bot side jungle. Now they have more vision and have at least a knowledge of what Iron Wolves can see from their bot side jungle.
And Corki with the package roaming around looking for play. Let's see Corki going in deeper. Will he just flank the Azir with him? Alistar's coming in as well. And well, Azir getting knocked out by the package. Corki goes in further. Azir does not have ultimate or summoners. And well, Azir barely dies. Almost took the Corki with him. And well, that is going to be a crazy play. Braum into World of Troubles is going to be trapped in mid lane. Will jump to the Caitlyn. Gets knocked out by the by the Alistar. Ults and, well, flashes away. But the Corki ult will pick it up. Caitlyn ults, Alistar blocks, and, well, Orange looking for something on the bottom side. Came in a little bit too late, missed all the action. But Nidalee still hanging around the bottom side. They will maybe try to get the turret. Spear does not land. But they have a free siege on the turret. Zach's going in, gonna pick up the Ezreal. While Alistar is super deep with no health, no mana, and he's surely going to fall.
Well, he's really tanky, and the NACL do not want to risk them going that deep for that kill, because Nidalee is strong right now and can easily.
And Nidalee almost kills the Zac there. And yeah, Alistar really low, but the skill shots did not connect on him, and he got away. So pretty nutty play by Alistar. Diving the tier 1 2 turrets by himself, zoning out Caitlyn there. And a lot of action in the jungle. Nidalee just says that this is my jungle. Stay out of here.
Yeah, but Braum doesn't want that to happen. Comes in to help Zac, and Caitlyn also comes, and the three of them feel a lot more safer around that Nidalee.
But it's pretty concerning that they need 3 people to secure the red buff at 16 minutes into the game. It's not the first minute of the game. And yeah, the red side jungle is completely owned by Iron Wolves. On top side there's a fight. Ornn's getting low. Cho'Gath's already low, but Cho'Gath still has ult. Will he just eat? And he gets a stack on the Ornn. Ornn went in a little bit too deep. And now the matchup is swayed way into the Cho'Gath's favor. Already 50 CS up. Kill ahead. And nothing that Ornn will be able to do in lane anymore.
Yeah, he will need some help from the Zac, but Zac can't really offer any help because all of the players need that boost. The only member of NACL that has some success in the lane is Quattros, but Alistar is roaming and going to try and punish that.
And dodges the Alistar combo. Pretty close, to be honest.
And they do swap. Cho'Gath now goes bot lane to keep those waves cleared, and meanwhile Nidalee is just picking up the Rift Herald, and they will be able to use that to get more and more the advantages and objectives.
Yeah, well, Caitlyn getting knocked up by Rupture. Alistar hanging around. Ezreal's going. Zac as well, so it's going to be a party once more. But Cho'Gath, well, yeah, Cho'Gath's already bot side, so he does need teleport for now. Ornn still has teleport, but will he use to save the third? Zac jumps in, gets the stun on the Ezreal. Ornn from behind Ezreal in a savage, and Ezreal's going to fall. Yeah, Ezreal's going to fall. Cho'Gath's next on the line, and Alistar will just mind his own way. Double kill for Caitlyn, that's huge for NACL.
Yeah, now they are slowly actually coming back into the game. These are the players that they need. The Ornn reacted really well to that engage on the bot side, TP'd, and was ready to assist.
And yeah, now it's going to be a stalemate for a little bit. Everyone's just resets, picks up the wave.
Yeah, but Caitlyn does space check the bush, and Nidalee almost one-shots her. The heal does save her, and now Nidalee is in a bit of a pickle. Goes in,
gets the Caitlyn 1v5.
And
that's
yeah,
crazy, and they can get only Cloud Drake from this.
Now that is something.
But will they? Ezreal ult comes in a little bit too soon. But all good intentions from Ezreal.
Yeah, really trying to. And now we can see that Iron Wolves are going with that 1-3-1 comp, putting the Corki up top side, having Ezreal and Alistar mid lane, and just Cho'Gath pushing down mid bot lane, I would say.
Yeah, and a great 1-3-1 comp from them. Teleport for Corki and Cho'Gath. Well, Cho'Gath doesn't have teleport yet, but he will have it in a couple of minutes. Till then, he can just 1v1 the Ornn as much as he wants. Or maybe just trade waves. And Zac jumps in once again, knocks up the Alistar. He's not going to find a target to pull him closer to.
Yeah, now something that you don't see too often. Caitlyn had 2 pink wards in her inventory. That's something that you don't see too often from AD carries. And actually all of the players had 2 pink wards in their inventory, really going for that vision, trying to spot out where Needle is so she cannot snowball the lead.
And Corki with the package going on bottom, so they're going to dive the Ornn. Maybe not yet, but yeah. Corki comes down. Ornn comes in, they're just going to focus the turret and then deal with the Ornn. They get the turret. Corki still has package, will he use it now? They don't have vision, so he's going to be careful with that.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll just go back to mid.
Meanwhile, Caitlyn is trying to trade the turret that they lost on the bot side, trying to get that top lane turret, and in the mid lane, we actually have some action.
Well, Azure getting caught. Still has flash if he needs to use it. Just gonna go use the blast, going to get away. Well, Ezreal is gonna get the enemy red buff, or well, as it seems like in this game, it's his red buff.
And Riverald popped mid lane, so they are going for that mid lane turret. Zac jumps in. Corki is in a little bit of a pickle, but he does escape safely.
Well, double knockup by Alistar. Ezreal comes in. Alistar getting lower, but he pops the ult. Cho'Gath joins the party. Doesn't have the ult, so he's just going to be a meat shield here. Nidalee gets the kill on the Caitlyn. Brahms falls as well. And only Ornn and Zac to defend the base, but well, it doesn't seem like they will succeed doing it.
Yeah, just Iron Wolves winning that fight, picking up the mid lane turret, and now getting the vision around Baron, maybe betting them into another fight. But no, they do go for it.
Is Zac still alive? Will he be able to steal the Baron? Corki goes to zone him. Zac getting really low. Well, Ornn just hanging around is going to. Yeah, he's just going to back away. He doesn't want to die there.
And not really much NACO could do there. Iron Wolves just securing the Drake now, and might want to back off. Spend the gold that they have earned now, and the bot lane is going. The Ezreal and Alistar will go bot side and start pushing in that wave.
And yeah, now the 1-3-1 comp is getting only stronger as they got the Baron buff. Probably Cho'Gath will go top. He should deal with the minions which are pushing to his side. But well, we'll see what they decide to do. Maybe they just want to end it here and now. And another banner of command this time for Braum. And well, 3rd game in a row we see this item. So what do you think? Why is it getting so popular right and now?
It got buffed this patch. The minions also got from the Baron buff buffed, so it's when you put the banner on the siege minion, the cannon minion, it does so much damage to the turret from such a long range. If you have played StarCraft, it's like a siege tank. It just can attack from such a long range and deals so much damage to the turret that there's actually, and if you can it's easy to protect him, because you can only do physical damage to him. So you just want to protect that and let him do its thing.
Well, we get some action here. Cho'Gath's getting caught. Well, will not be able to 1v5 yet, but on the bottom side, meanwhile, they are pushing forward. We got the Baron buff with the banner of command, and yeah, it seems like it's a pretty big minion right there.
Yeah, just doing so much damage.
And it's so tanky.
Yeah, it's so hard to kill it. It's really hard to play around that, even this early. If you get the Baron this early, it's really hard to deal with that minion.
And Ezreal already poking down everyone. getting Caitlyn to 1/3 by only like 2 Qs or something. And
yeah.
Ezreal with the power spike right now, going for the 3rd item, has the tier stacked. Zac is trying to jump in, does not connect to the Nidalee. Cho'Gath respawns, teleports in, and gets down really low. Ornn jumps in, and well, Cho'Gath dies again. Zac is going to fall. The passive pops. Now, will they get the passive? Seems like they will not. And well, Ezreal out. And Nidalee will secure it. Caitlyn really low. Surely will fall. Falls to the arcane shot from Ezreal. Nidalee going forward, does not care at all. Just wants to end the game. Just wants to end the game now. Ornn and Braum, only 2 members of NACL alive. We already got Corki pushing from top side with 2 cannon minions. So yeah, it seems like it's going to be game 1 between NACL and Iron Wolves. And
Yeah.
well, Iron Wolves took the game.
In the end, it's just Iron Wolves split the pressure so well. While Corki was not there, while Corki was not top lane, the Iron Wolves squad on the bot side just tried to play passively, not doing too much, poking a little bit and so on. And then when Corki got the minions and started pushing in, and when the NACL squad started to go top lane, the bot lane Iron Wolf squad just started taking the turret, putting pressure. So NACL started reacting to that, going bot. Then Corki started pushing in top again, and it was so hard to deal with that. And they were just too strong, and the Baron buff just helped them finish out the game that quickly.
Yeah, you can see the top damage from Ezreal 19k. They got a lot of kills on the bot side, like 3 kills in 2v2, and then there were like several fiestas.
Yeah, and Caitlyn actually also keeping up with the damage, even though she was behind, trying to put in the damage that she could. Now, what do you think was the main play that Iron Wolves did that opened up the game for them?
I wouldn't say there was one main play. It was surely Warden with the Nidalee play, just being constantly in the enemy jungle, not even taking her own buffs. Well, she took her own buffs, not her own camps, just being a menace and trying to delay Zac's tankiness.
And Zac really had a hard time doing anything, doing less damage than Braum, and he couldn't really put up the pressure because Nidalee had stole so much experience and gold from him. He just didn't have the items, and when he ganked, the laners usually were able to just 1v2 them, both of them, because Nidalee had put so much pressure on those lanes also, and they had the small lead on the enemies, and when Zac came, he wasn't enough to help them out.
Yeah, and well, that was game 1 between Iron Wolves and NACL, and we'll be right in the game 2 in a couple of minutes. And we are in the champ select for a second game between Iron Wolves and NACL.
Yeah, Iron Wolves now are on the blue side, so they will have the first pick. What do you think? Should NACL ban the Nidalee this time?
Well, I don't know if they should ban the Nidalee. I think that Nidalee was picked because of the Zac pick. She really abused the slow jungle from Zac. So maybe if they can avoid that and pick some strong lanes for themselves, they can leave the Nidalee open. But we see similar bans as in game 1. Maybe they're looking for Cyan first pick if it's open. But, well, we'll have to see. In the first game, both teams, I would say, that played pretty solid. Azir was doing a lot of work in the mid lane from Quattros. But the pressure for Warden really cracked open the game.
Yeah, Warden really was the one that opened up the game for Iron Wolves, putting a lot of pressure. But NACL did really hold out tight. I did enjoy what they put out. They stood up for themselves really well. And Quattros, Quattros Azir was something to look at now. And Iron Wolves actually did ban Azir, so it's interesting to see what Quattros will pull out this time.
Maybe they're looking for Zac themselves because they banned Xayah and Azir, two champions which can get out of the Zac's way pretty easily. And Tristan is banned, so let's see which is going to be the first pick, and that is Cyan.
And Instalock Cyan.
Instalock Cyan. Well, no surprises there, and we will see the... Will we see the Cho'Gath into the Cyan? I think Cyan wins this matchup, but Cho'Gath can definitely stand his ground. And no, that's going to be Ezreal. And well, Red said Ezreal 2 games in a row. Pretty safe.
Yeah, the last game Ezreal was a solid pick. It allowed the All-Star to roam around the map more, put pressure on other lanes, because Ezreal can easily 1v2 the lane. He can safely farm. And Skarner picked up also, so this time going for more of a pick comp.
Yeah, might be a pick comp, but at the same time, maybe they just want some solid lanes. And well, Caitlyn into Ezreal, switch matchup this time. Yeah, we can swap the champions.
Yeah, we will see
Morgana together with.
Yeah, we will see how Yashiro and Cement play against each other on the switch roles now. The Morgana has a really good synergy with Caitlyn, and also negates the Skarner ult. Skarner wants to ult someone, and Morgana just puts up the bind and the spell shield, and it negates the ult. And of course, if she lands the bind in the lane, Caitlyn can just put the trap and do additional lot of damage to the one that got hit.
And yeah, well, at the same time, we'll have to see. We still got mid lane and support for NACL, and mid lane and jungle for Iron Wolves. Still not picked up. Sejuani is banned. Talia is banned. The mid lane pool is pretty picked right now. Trying to question the Quattros champion pool here.
Trying to get him off of some of the comfort picks that he has, and banning out Sejuani for Warden, so they do not ban the Nidalee. What do you think should Warden pick against the Skarner in the jungle?
Against the Skarner, I think it's a pretty free reign. Pretty big variety of picks you can you can take pretty much any early fighter or farmer. You can take the Jax. We haven't seen the best of Jaxes today.
Yeah.
You can probably go for something interesting like Warwick, maybe Zinzao. And yeah, something like that. Gragas is still an option. Or Jarvan. Jarvan is open. It was banned in the first game.
And Tom Kench picked up for NA, or no? They do go for the Janna to negate some of that engage that the Sion can give. Just getting a bit of a safer comp this time. And Orianna picked up, so Iron Wolves really want to go for those fights. Orianna is a pretty good Vayne bully also. Can bully out most of the mid laners. That's why I want to see what Quattros will be able to pick up against the Orianna.
Well, maybe, and yeah, that's the Jarvan previously mentioned. But maybe we'll see something more solid in mid lane, like Malzahar. Malzahar is pretty safe into Orianna. Can lose a little bit in early. We saw Victor today, but I don't think Victor is such a priority for most teams. But it's going to be a control mage nonetheless.
The Galio is still open, so he might go for that. And Veigar?
Oh, Veigar could be good, but so would be Xerath. Xerath wins the lane versus Orianna pretty handily. And well, playing with us, but Xerath is locked in. So yeah, we won't see any placeholders this game. That's nice to see. And from both teams, from their champions, we can see that they know what they want to do. For Iron Wolves, they want to just get through the early game and then go for those mid-game fights with Jarvan, Orianna, Sion, and they have late-game security with the Caitlyn. Meanwhile, NACL looks for more lane dominance and sieging power.
Yeah, having that poke from Diezro and Xerath, hoping that they can poke somebody off enough, and then Skarner also giving a bit of a pick composition, maybe catching someone out. Maybe if the Morgana goes roaming, the Skarner can punish him, and the Janna just to help peel for Ezreal and Xerath from the Jarvan and the Sion that will go in on them and try to dive. So the champs are picked in. We will have a small pause before the game, but don't go anywhere because we're going to have the second game of Iron Wolves versus NACL.
I can never forgive Lakita for murdering our mother.
I've been cooperating, you're just not listening.
You're not listening to me.
You spray. You trip. You're gold. Smell fresh all day with new Axe Gold Body Spray.
we are back in the game between Iron Wolves and NACL, and we'll have to see if NACL can fight back. We got pretty interesting comps, and this time no mirrored invades. We got an invade from the Iron Wolves on the top side. Will they catch out the Cho'Gath? Cho'Gath's in the tri-bush, and he doesn't know they're coming. He tries to run away, and well, no CC, no serious CC for Iron Wolves. The binding does not land, so Cho'Gath's just going to run away. He doesn't actually need to recon. Yeah, he just cancelled it. Now they're gonna get vision of the red buff, and will be able to see where Skarner starts.
Yeah, Sion might actually start with the red buff, try to steal that away, and the NACL mirror the invade on the bot lane, get the wards in, and it seems like they are going to start with the red buff.
Now we'll see if Iron Wolves bot lane is going to get caught by the shenanigans. They will probably go check it, but will they go the safe route or the danger route? Now Caitlyn's coming from top, Morgana's from bot. Now Caitlyn may be in trouble. And well, Morgana is looking for a steal. Now 800 HP, 400. Morgana with the binding, and Skarner secures the buff with the smite. And well, Morgana just poking for not letting her try to steal. And well, this is actually huge because Caitlyn's going to miss the first 3 minions in terms of CS and XP. And well, a little bit of poking here and there. And we'll get the hang of it.
Yeah, and Jarvan did steal off the red buff on the top side, so basically now taking each other's jungle away. Skarner, what this opens up actually is that Skarner won't really have WoW, and we have a fight on the bot lane. Morgana does die to the ignite. The last tick gets Morgana killed. And yeah, they could just start snowballing the lead here. NACL, the tides have turned. NACL now getting the level 2 faster and getting that kill on the bot lane.
First blood for NACL, Janna in particular in this case.
Yeah, and now Jarvan ganking the top lane. Will Cho'Gath escape? He does flash.
He flashes, Sam flashes forward, and we going to get the return kill on the top side. Sion secures it. Now he will not have the lane in his favor, so he will try to push it out. Cho'Gath will probably TP back to lane. Well, yeah, he TPs back to lane. And now a lot of action early game. Meanwhile, the Skarner is just farming up, just getting some vision down.
And in the mid lane, they just keep poking each other off.
Well, Zerg really low. Orion might go for the kill. Zerg still has heal just in case, and minion dematerializer.
Yeah, to keep himself up with the farm. And now the problem with this is that Jarvan has taken Skarner's topside jungle, so he could gank.
And Jarvan looking for a gank. He will just burn out the heal and well, walk away. Takes a little bit of damage from the turret. And yeah, gets the crucial summoner now. If Xerath stays around in the lane, Oriana can try to flash on him.
And Morgana now actually roaming mid.
They will try to push him away from the turret. And it seems like they will succeed doing it. Xerath using the mana to poke the Oriana instead of getting the minions. So, but that will force Oriana to back off.
And meanwhile in bot lane, Ezreal is just zoning Caitlyn off of the minions, trying to negate as much gold as possible. And yeah, this time we can see that the NACL's bot lane is actually the ones that are ahead and the ones that are winning the lane.
With the Ezreal versus Caitlyn.
Yeah, so maybe there is some secret sorcery in Ezreal allowing him to win the lane.
And Skarner sitting on a pink ward, he will try to go in. Predator comes in. Now the Black Shield's trying to help Caitlyn, and she gets away with a flash.
Yeah, does have to pop her flash, and actually Skarner did do get a big chunk of health out of the Caitlyn, so he might be able to just revisit bot lane and try to get the kill later.
And Jarvan's going to meet the Skarner pretty soon, or not. Jarvan backs off and goes back in. And yeah, on the top side, it's pretty interesting to see that Cho'Gath is trying to keep up with the CS even after the early fumble. Only with Doran's shield able to match Cyan so far. Cyan does have 6, he has pushed out the wave, he will try to poke down the Cho'Gath under the turret. And while Cho'Gath have health in the mid lane action, Jarvan EQ combo, Xerath flashes away, and that's a flash from Xerath now. Repeat game could come. Xerath ults, Jarvan in a world of trouble, turns on to Skarner. Skarner flashes away, and well, a lot of action near the mid lane.
Yeah, both of the junglers just showing that you can't really mess with me. Orianna roaming and giving the shield to Jarvan. Jarvan just getting that confidence to go back on Skarner and just trade. And Skarner did have to use his flash to survive.
Now Xerath without mana, Orianna still has mana, so Xerath will have a little bit tougher time in lane. Orianna still has ultimate, so that's one thing to watch out for. Now there are pings on the bottom side, there might be.
And yeah, and Jarvan just together with Orianna dived the mid lane turret and got Xerath killed. And now both of the bot lanes resetting a bit. Morgana wanted to back, but has to stay so that Caitlyn can push out the wave, and Ezreal now staying here, getting those minions, and basically both of the teams now just farming it up. And in the top side, Cyan just being Cyan, poking out Cho'Gath from the lane, and then keeping him at bay.
And yeah, big advantage for Orianna now. She has the last chapter, Xerath doesn't, so Orianna will be able to stay in the lane forever, more or less. On top of the blue buff, she will probably get the first Drake is Inferno Drake again, so we might see some bot lane action in a bit, nothing yet. Ezreal will probably want to back pretty soon. Jumps into poke down the Caitlyn, and on top side, Cho'Gath's getting pretty low, will back off, does not want to get dived or solo killed.
Yeah, but he does have the TP to TP back into lane, so he won't lose too much. And now in the bot lane,
Ignite going off from Morgana, jumping on the Ezreal using flash, and Ignite is not going to be enough to secure the kill onto Ezreal. Ezreal still now has ult before them, so that's something to look for. And yeah, Janna used the ultimate as well, so Jarvan pathing down bot side, looking for kills. Skarner is going to be there faster with the Predator. Let's see if he will be able to get on them.
Yeah, even though NACO had that lead in the early game in the bot, and actually Skarner does go in, and he hasn't popped his ult, and he does do it now, and it will be.
Caitlyn's going to fall to the Skarner now. Xerath has got the assist, and Orianna will try to interrupt him. Jarvan Cataclysm into Orianna, ult is one dead Xerath.
Yeah, and now we can see that even though NACO's bot lane did have the advantage at the early game, got the kill, they haven't been able to keep snowballing that lane. Caitlyn slowly has gotten back into that lane. Because of that, the early buy that Ezreal does need, Caitlyn can get the BF sword, and that is a big power spike for her, while Ezreal has to get that tier, and it doesn't really give any offensive stats. So that's one reason why Ezreal hasn't been able to keep the lead going.
And Morgana being really annoying, cancelling multiple backs. Now sitting with Jarvan in the bush, waiting for Xerath to come back, going for a repeat gank. Now there's a lot of minions and they're going for the dive. Xerath does not have flash and Xerath falls. And he will lose tons of minions that Skarner will try to defend the turret. Let's see. It looks like it's going to be the first third of the game going to Iron Wolves.
Yeah, just knowing that Xerath does not have the flash, does not have the heal, can be easily dived and just perfectly. The CS got chained perfectly, the EQ combo into the Morgana bind. And yeah, basically both of these games, Xavier has been able to roam and put pressure on the mid lane. Just the Alistar was able to keep roaming and putting the pressure on the mid lane. Now on the Morgana also doing the same, just giving and really not losing anything for those roams.
And they got the kill on the Xerath, they got the turret in the mid lane, they got the Inferno Drake. Now they're set up for success. Mining's not going to connect. And well, Ezreal is still trying to poke them down, trying to get some advantages for himself.
And now he does have the Sheen now, so his Qs do pack a punch now, do more damage, but still, and the binding actually lands on Ezreal, but he does Arcane Shift away quickly enough to
and it
negate
seems like
that.
Ezreal will want to reset, ulting the wave, and they're going really low, not being able to handle this Morgana Caitlyn lane.
And Sion did roam to mid lane, so they might go for the Xerath again, but it does seem like Xerath
smells something for sure.
Yeah, he smells something, goes and checks the wards, but
and Skarner's on bot lane. Janna is trying to bait. She will survive. Flash onto Caitlyn. Skarner ults, and well, Kate flashes away. Kate is surely going to fall. Really low. One more auto, and Kate survives. Kate ultimate comes down. Sion teleports to the bot lane. Still has ultimate. And Ezreal Arcane shifts away, gonna get to Morgana. Sion returns the kill onto the cement. Now, on the top side, Cho'Gath is desperately trying to push in the wave, but Jawan's already there. Will not try to 1v1 the Cho'Gath. But yeah, big wins for Iron Wolves. The game seems really accelerated right now. And, well, nothing much then NACL can do. They wait for the Ezreal Trinity Force, for the Muramana, for the stacked up Muramana.
yeah,
And they have a lot of things to check before they can start fighting themselves.
yeah, need a little bit more gold to start matching the damage for Iron Wolves, and they just want to push in the waves and try to poke out the enemy. And in the mid game, they will be able to start bunching up and trying to force those turrets by poking the enemies off of the turret and then securing it.
Now, Iron Wolves already got 2 turrets. They got nothing to do on the bottom side, so the bot lane goes top. They will probably get top lane turret. They already got the Rift Herald. So it's just a checklist for them from now on. But we see Skarner and Cho'Gath trying to catch out Caitlyn alone. Will Skarner be able to do so? Everyone's moving up from the NACL, so the window might be closed already.
Yes, Skarner just backs up, picks up his jungle camps.
And Sion's just bullying Ezreal and Janna 1v2. It's just crazy what this Sion can do.
Yeah, the Sion really is a menace right now to a really powerful champion. Can easily sustain and keep himself in the lane, pretty tanky. Has that passive health growth by killing minions. And just becomes so tanky and has so much CC and has so much damage. He's so tanky and does so much damage. Even because it's easy, if you want the ult, it's easy to just chain into the Q, into the E, and when you get that full combo, it sometimes could even one-shot the AD carry.
And well, Zero is still struggling to finish his first item. Oriana already with the new trends with the Archangel, already stacked up Archangel, almost 400 stacks in 15 minutes. That's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. That is almost the same as Ezreal when it comes to tier stacks. So yeah, for now, what do you think? What do Iron Wolves need to do now to close out the game cleanly?
Well, they just want to keep pushing the lanes.
And meanwhile, we see Jawan going on top side, flags and drags, and hits the Ezreal, going to all the Ezreal. And well, Ezreal is going to flash away, but Janna falls. Janna falls. And Oriana gets the kill on the Xerath. Oriana surely going to fall to the Cho'Gath. And yeah, not the Cho'Gath this time. So it's going to be the Skana. It's going to be the Skana. But Iron Wolves just get too much on the top side. They're going to get the tier 2. They already get the Rift Herald put down. And Jarvan's waiting for the Skana in the jungle. He finds him. Is going for the flag and drag, knocks him out, but not enough damage. Skana is already a bit too tanky for Jawan to 1v1.
But what banding does land on Skana, and it will be easy pickings, just igniting and queuing the Skana.
And the emote.
The emote, the BM from Warden and then Xavielas, just showing who owns that jungle side.
And we get Ocean Drake is the second Drake of the game. Ocean Drake doesn't hurt anyone on the Iron Wolf side, so if they have a free window, sometime when, well, a time where they don't have to do anything or they can't do anything, they can just pick up the Drake. Meanwhile, it's just going to probably sit there. Maybe Cho'Gath will try to take it with Skana, because Cho'Gath desperately needs some non-minion stacks right now. Well, we see Caitlyn already with the Infinity Edge boots and almost completed the Zeal item.
Jarvan goes in on the Skana, but does not keep going. It was interesting that he wanted to actually do that.
He's just asserting his dominance.
Yeah, it's asserting his dominance because there was nobody even close to him, so if he would have went in, there would be
and he
no
goes in
follow-up.
again, not going to find a target for his ultimate. Sion from the other side. Skana is going to flash away, cornered from all sides. Well. Now it's the sieging games, and instead as ultimate they can just force things by just like this. And well, a lot of things of Janna getting away with the ultimate, Cho'Gath flashing away, and well, Xerath ultimate comes in trying to snipe someone, but everyone's too healthy on the Iron Wolf side.
Yeah.
So no prisoners in that one, but Iron Wolves do get the tier 2 turret on the mid side, on the mid lane.
Yeah, do not get any kills. Oriana does go onto the Skarner, and the Skarner will fall. The bindings this game have been excellent from Xavielas. I think I haven't seen him. The only one I saw him miss was in the early invade they had, and the rest of them he has landed and secured kills for his team.
And they're going to pick up the Ocean Drake right now. Baron spawning in a minute, but NACL closing in on the Drake. Will try to stop them. Well, they are outnumbered 3v4 on the bot lane. Now Orion's really low, but yeah, NACL does not want any of that as the Skana is coming from the base.
But they go for the Drake again. This time they will pick it up easily, and NACL have no interest in contesting that, allowing them to pick it up. And Baron now in 15 seconds is going to be up. We might see Iron Wolves again go for that Baron, pick up Banner of Command, and try to finish the game in one push.
And yeah, Oriana with 5 kills, Jawan already has Warmugs. We see another Banner of Command in the game, this time from Morgana, so they get everything set up from them. and they got 2 banner of commands actually. Sion picks up 1 for himself as well. So they're really ready for sieging.
Yeah, they just want to now clear all the vision that NACL have on the Baron pit and around it. Get their own vision up there and then start baiting Baron fights. And if NACL do not respond to the bait, then just go for the Baron. And if not, then fight, get some kills, and then go for the Baron and then just finish off the game.
Ezra has finished his 2 items. Tiers have fully been stacked. And, well, maybe we can see some more evenish fights from now on as the Trinity Force comes in. But yeah, no one really wants to mess with Oriana. Everyone's taking their distance.
Yeah, Jarvan just went in on Janna, caught her out, ulted, and then everybody followed up and just one-shotted her. So this might be the opening that they wanted to get to start the Baron. But before that, Oriana wants to get that mid lane priority. And the vision has been cleared, and they start the Baron.
And yeah, it's going to be an uncontested Baron. They will see the Skarner coming in from the top side. They will be easily able to stop them as Zavielis just has to move in and the Skarner backs off.
Yes, Jarvan does secure the Baron.
And Skarner is in a lot of trouble. He's going to fall to Yashiro. And that's the 3rd kill for the Caitlyn.
Yes, Zavielis with another bind that lands. Just demolishing NACL this game. The Morgana pick actually coming in really strong. Now, do we think that, how do you think NACL can actually come back into this game?
Well, NACL has to, I actually don't know. They have to hit everything, every single skill shot. They have picked a pretty difficult team comp to pull off. They got Ezreal, they got Xerath, they got Cho'Gath, the same Cho'Gath, and if they can line up all those skill shots just right, they might be able to find something. And well, yeah, even Janna can always disrupt everyone. And Cho'Gath's getting caught up by everyone. Into it was binding, into Sion knockup, into flag and drag. Nothing that Cho'Gath can do. He's not that tanky yet, and I doubt that he will be in this game. Ezreal trying to clear out the 2 minions, but Baron of Banner of Commanded minion is just too strong. Doesn't take any damage from the Ezreal.
It's just the minion. It's so frustrating. See, just doing, and the Jarvan actually goes in, but Ezreal does Arcane Shift out. The Baron minion just doing so much damage.
And Orion ultimate catching both carries, and well, that is it. Jarvan looking for more 3 members dead from NACL. And well, it seems like it's going to be a clean 2-0 from Iron Wolves.
Yeah, both games ending in around 24 minutes, and now just they're ranking up their KDAs that you can check actually on BSL.pro. You can check every player's KDA, and they just wanted to have their stats a bit better than other players have theirs. And both, like today, actually every single game ended with the Baron, right?
Yeah.
So we can just see how actually strong the new buffs have been. The Baron buff, together with the Banner of Command, just allows you to finish the game so easily. There's like actually like there's so little counterplay to that. You power up the cannon minion, and then you just protect it. Don't let the enemy poke it down, and then watch it destroy their base.
Yeah, and well, I think all of this started from the Xerath pick, because Xerath is a pretty abusable champion. We saw that once he lost his flash, there was nothing he could do. He got dived like 3 times in a row. He came from the base, he got dived. He respawned, came from the base, he got dived. And that must be super, super frustrating to play against. But props to Iron Wolves, they played a really, really clean game. And, well, yeah, actually, if I think about it, this week, well, this was the last game of the week 1, the last games, and all the matches, all the games have been 2-0 this week.
Yeah, really showing off their. Maybe it's something to do with the motivation.
Or
like,
the moon.
Yeah, you just lose the first game and you just are so struck down. You feel so bad, and you just can't really reset your mentality and go into the second game and try to win that.
But yeah, as the season goes forward, players will probably learn how to adapt, how to find their own mistakes in the game and try to avoid them in the following game, like 15 minutes later. So it should be interesting. And well, for this game, I don't know if NAC in the first game NACL played really well. I liked how they played, but they were a little bit too slow on the Iron Wolves play. But in this second game, I feel like there was nothing they could do. They just got outclassed. But that was what we were expecting from Iron Wolves as the elite, as the best team in the Baltics. And we will need to wait to see if a team rises to occasion and actually matches Iron Wolves.
Yeah, the potential teams I feel like would be Keep Yourself Alive. I feel like they are potentially the ones that could fight against Iron Wolves and try to fight with them for the first place. And from the Latvian teams, Imantas 5 had a really strong showing against Baltic Enemy. Falcon eSports today had a really strong showing against Team Solo Mata. And there are some teams that could contest them for the first place, but we don't know it right now. We will see how Iron Wolves play against the other teams in the following weeks. We will see how the teams actually. Maybe there will be so much improvement from week 1 to week 2. Maybe Public Enemy will become the top team. Maybe Team Solomata have found something with their mistakes in this game against Falcon eSports, and they will become one of the best teams, right? We can't really know. Vegan Unit 4 might be, like, in the playoffs, they didn't have a really strong showing this week, but they have really experienced players, so maybe they will become really good and be able to fight against Iron Wolves, but I don't know.
That we will have, only time will show that. And I can see that. Well, I can say that this week was really fun. Don't forget to get your early bird tickets for the
to the Expo.
Yeah, to the finals, to the HyperTown Expo. Still available till the end of the March, more or less. Don't forget. Yeah. Don't forget about the Fridays. Fridays are always special, being the Axe Fridays. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss when we start our broadcasts. And you can always find the VODs from the games there. You can see the replays if you really like something. And they're going to, each week there's going to be highlights at the end of the week. Probably on Sunday, maybe on Monday, but probably on Sunday.
Yeah, and also, yeah, and if you want to check out the teams, what players are playing, what are their stats, where they are on the standings and stuff like that, you can go to BESL.pro, and there you can check out all the information about the partners, sponsors, about the teams, and so on.
And to conclude, me and Cookie just wants to say that thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.
You spray, you trip. You're gold. Smell fresh all day with new Axe Gold Body Spray.
Yeah.